Nah, what's going on, y'all?
Let me send Druzy the link one more time.
Yeah, he keeps blowing us up. He said it's Google edit stuff. Like, dude, it's the top link.
All right. Somebody just fucked up the.
He might have to copy and paste it because he's probably looking for it to be blue.
Oh boy.
Yeah, don't send him that whole thing. Just send him the StreamYard because
I'll send him when the fuck I want it. No, I'm playing.
It's 2023, man.
All right, who we missing? We missing Druzy's?
I'm good.
We just missing Druzy's, huh?
He got it. He said he got it.
Oh, okay.
Good knees, good knees, good knees, good knees.
Said he got it. So
it goes in. So you know what I'm saying? Who's seen that Cowboy game though?
Here we go with that. Huh?
Cowboys.
Okay. Here we go with that. Damn Cowboy fan on.
Okay.
Niggas
play the replacements and shit. You hit me with this.
Whoa. Y'all little on the line, goddamn. Don't hate the players, you know what I'm saying? Hate them.
You got it. Like I said, I ain't mad at until they trade my boy Ezekiel. I rock with him for a little bit, you know.
And I can't escape the Cowboys and shoot. The tailgate is real.
Yeah, man.
It's a beast out there. It's a beast.
Man, listen.
I can't wait to go to a real game down there.
Listen. They be outside with 60-inch screens in the parking lot, son.
Yeah.
It's Texas, baby. What you expect?
Drizzy.
Yeah.
What's cracking?
My partner, he tailgated at that shit. He said that's some of the most fun you ever gonna have in your life, man.
Man, like I said, I rolled through that shit one night on the way to work, and I'm like, the fuck?
I'm too old for this shit.
Pretty much.
That shit just looked amazing off the rip, dude. That shit was crazy.
Man, they just don't even go in the game. They just go eating fucking bitch on.
Eating drink, man.
It's freak nigga at the stadium, nigga.
What is that?
Basically.
Is that a little caterpillar or a little bee?
What's that?
Hanging on your wall.
Man. This is my daughter room, yo. This.
You go from location to location per week, so that's what it
when
is.
you got a hard-working wife and she taking care of a dad that's on hospice, you want her to rest as much as possible. So, man, it's a fedora with some bunny ears on it and shit, all kind of shit up in this motherfucker, man. Disney princess shit. This nigga pedophile. Transmitting from the scene of the crime. No,
let's get into it, man. You tripping?
Can I say a joke real quick?
Do it.
Yes, please.
What do you call a pirate that pee on people?
Nigga, we
give up
start the show with this every time.
Kelly.
Hey man, if you turn that music on, you turn that damn music on, man, right now.
It's time to rock this motherfucker with 3 the hard way. Thank God Eddie P 3 the hard ways. It's time to rock this motherfucker with 3 the hard way. Thank God Eddie P 3 the hard ways. It's time to rock this motherfucker with 3 the hard way. Thank God Eddie P 3 the hard ways. It's time to rock this motherfucker with 3 the hard way. Thank God Eddie P 3 the hard way.
Kiki. What the what you doing?
Hey man, like we wasn't hearing shit you was saying, man. It was just that fucking music. And it's all music. Shit.
Nigga, let's go.
All I heard was Kiki. I'm like, yes.
Down at the bottom of the screen, just going at it like, man.
I was in the zone.
Shit at it, man. I don't know what the fuck happened, man.
I was Busta Rhymes in the Busta Rhymes, y'all zone. Shit, it's all good. I was on that put your hands where my eyes could see. But it's all good. So fuck it. Let's get it. I was having fun.
Oh man, this shit wouldn't be the shit without technical difficulties, bro.
It wouldn't, man. It wouldn't be. It's organic.
Wouldn't be.
Let's get it.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
man.
Cocaine, we can't see you like half of you is on the screen. There you go. There you go,
share,
big
and
fella.
subscribe.
And hit the bizzle. Shout out to the new subscribers, man.
Thank you.
That's what's
Thumbs up.
Shout out to Miss Kiki and Mr. Bendo for joining the crew again.
Yeah,
one more week.
Indeed.
DJ LOH on the ones and twos. And everybody is responsible for whatever comes out of their own goddamn mouths.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I had to get something in there. Shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Technical difficulties been fucked us up today.
That's all right.
But I got some good news, man. I mean, shit. Look at this shit I got from Canva, bro.
What's good news? What's good news?
Yeah, man, we got all kind of new editing features and shit. I mean, look at that motherfucker.
That is crisp.
It looks so much better. It looks so
good.
much better.
It does look crisp, man, but you've been doing your thing, man. You know, I'm proud of you, young man.
I feel bad. As soon as I seen it, I was like, and then I read it. I said, fuck him.
We're gonna have to get into it. We're gonna have to get into it. Let's get into it because I got my own little thing about that. Go ahead.
All right, Andrew Tate was detained in Romania over rape and human trafficking case.
Right.
So they came and got my man.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Why y'all got BBC right now?
Big black cock.
Yeah, no. The story.
This broadcasting channel.
Broadcasting channel.
No, check this out. Like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. What I thought.
Hey, let me say this. I used to think the same shit when I
ironic shit, bro.
That's like they got a channel called Big Black Cock.
I tell y'all what, man. Y'all check out some shows on BBC, man. Y'all be
real shit.
Greatly.
They got some dope
shit on BBC.
They got some dope shit on there.
Dope ass shit.
Dang, that just let me know all y'all watch porn.
Where I'm learning all these new moves from.
Okay, let's get serious.
No, we gotta put that shit in there, man. Because like 2 or 3 weeks ago, some woman was like, "Hey, you got to take down this shit about R. Kelly. You know, this is all bullshit." Like, no, hold on, wait. No, we just talking about some shit that was in the news. I don't give a fuck about R. Kelly.
We ain't got to take down shit
right,
unless it's a motherfucking unless we, you know, actually speaking some slanderous, blasphemous shit or some lie, bitch. I'm trying to be better. We ain't got to take nothing down.
No, I told that person. I said, "Look,
thank you for watching. Appreciate you.
Whatever you like."
Yeah.
Right.
You know. Allegedly.
Thank you for the view.
But thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you.
Exactly.
Thank you for the view.
Please come back.
Come back. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, come back and complain again, and hit that like button again.
So you know,
it's your man up.
Well, no, not really. Listen, I dug some of the shit that the man said. At the same time, you know, I find it ironic, even though I kind of think it was some bullshit. But he also made a comment one time, and I tried to find the whole clip, which led me to believe I found the whole clip. And he was like, you know, let's be honest, you know, black people commit the majority of crimes in the United States. And I'm like, nigga, you live in Romania. You was raised in the UK. And I just find it ironic that this cat is trapped up in the R. Kelly type situation where he's being accused of human trafficking. They said that, you know, he had women all up in the studio. And, you know, I guess it was a ring. It was him. It was his brother, Tristan. Allegedly, it was a female cop, an ex-female Romanian cop. And it was 2 other people. The thing about the story that I don't get, because, again, all this shit is allegedly, but he's been charged. The thing that I don't kind of understand is the way they found the location. One of the girls was American, and apparently, when he took her captive, she transmitted the coordinates or the location of where she was being held to her boyfriend, who then called the fucking embassy. Then they found this motherfucker because of a pizza box in one of his videos when he was responding to this 18-year-old annoying ass blogger chick who was mad about the emissions from his vehicles. I got 31 calls, and I'll be glad to send you a list of them and explain all the admissions while you sit there and look ugly in the code and all this shit. It was funny when you actually see who it was. But it, you know, American woman gets caught in Romania by being held with him, and the way she gets out of it is sending her boyfriend the fucking coordinates. It sound a little bit unrealistic, man. It sounds fucking unrealistic.
The way they took him down, man, it looked like this wasn't no overnight situation. You know,
right.
you going after somebody for human trafficking charges, that's a game changer, because that's what they start doing out here now with out in Vegas. With they're not charging these pimps with pimping and pandering,
right?
Human trafficking, you know. So
Mr.
the game done changed, you know.
But what's up?
Go ahead.
Was this bitch fucking Liam Neeson or something? I mean, this is like some Taken shit.
You see what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that.
This is the storyline from a fucking movie. And the dude, listen, let me say this. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Cole.
No, but you got to think about if you paid attention to how he's been moving. You know, he goes by the name of Top G, you know, top gangster. And he said he rubbing elbows with all these knuckleheads over there in Romania. They get down over there. You know, human trafficking and smuggling, all that shit.
Absolutely.
That's the move over there. And that he's tied in. You know, he's connected to that underground scene.
Allegedly.
So he's just, allegedly. They may just want to take him down because he's the mouthpiece right now. You know, because all he do is floss, you know, and everybody, they want to know, like, dude, how are you getting your money? And he talk about
absolutely
casinos.
Feasible. Yeah.
They talk about all kind of shit. So they want to go, you know, take his ass down, kind of like that YSL shit. You know, they want to go after the head.
Like, you're like, pussy ain't putting this dude in a Bugatti though. I mean, like, there's
we don't know
human trafficking, bro.
I need to figure out how to use
rules over there, man. Different rules over there. We don't know how to really get down over in Romania. We cats get busy.
But
you better get on them vice shows and
tell
shit.
You right now, man, some Caucasus Mountain pussy ain't gonna put nobody in a Bugatti.
Cuddy, hold on, Cuddy. Let me
that
say this.
That could just be one entity, man. That could be the front.
Let me say this.
Let me say this. Casinos.
What's the currency exchange rate over there?
Let me say this. Let me say this. Y'all know y'all got a lot of these. Y'all know y'all got a lot of these IG models that get caught. That's been caught going over. Just let's think about this. That's been caught going over to places like Dubai and other places in the Middle East, and letting these Sikhs and shit on them and make them eat shit.
Right.
200,000 easy, 500,000. So for these cats, it's like, why give her the motherfucking money? I could just give it to the dude. So what Mr. Coble is saying is completely feasible. The shit don't sound right, man. Because like somebody, I'm gonna pass it right to you. People been saying like, yo, they needed a pizza box to find him. This motherfucker been in and out of the United States doing interviews. He's been in Florida on the Fresh and Fit podcast. He was on the other one, the catch that interviewed the one crazy ass football player. He ain't hard to find. He make himself accessible. But go ahead, Drizzy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's some interesting points and facts that was in the story. Like they said that him and his brother allegedly used what they call the lover boy method. So they're drawing these women in like their love interests, like they're going to date them on a serious level, and then they're introducing them to other figures to shoot these videos that they're getting paid off of. So they're doing internet porn basically, and it sounds like they kind of like I don't want to say entrapping them, but like seducing them into thinking there's going to be something bigger involved, and they're like, yeah, just do this, just do that, just do this film real quick. You know, we're going to all make some money, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I mean, that area in the region of the world, I have never been there, so I can't speak from experience. But a lot of the movies that have come out in the last, I'd say 15 years, like Hostel, for example, there's a lot that goes on there that it's a different world. It's a totally different world.
What he's doing, what him and his brother was doing was like a new version of Girls Gone Wild. But 2.0, you know, getting these girls like, yeah, I can make you famous. Come roll with me. You see look at my views. Look at my followers. You know, these girls and these kids, they follow this dude. You know, that's why he got banned off of YouTube. banned off of TikTok. Twitter, Elon just put him back on. So yeah, he's been doing this thing. He got a following, and these girls will do whatever. Yeah, you gonna fly me out? That's the new shit. You don't fly me out. I got you, but you gonna work for it.
At what point do we hold these silly ass broads accountable for you gonna fly me out? Like you like bitch, you star studded over a motherfucking plane ticket.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Because you getting to go somewhere, get fucked, and get sent back home with some with herpes and shit.
Did you see what Kodak Black just did with that chick? He flew her out, and she was like, "Can't you order me some
pussy?"
Yeah, and he was like, she was saying I was hungry. He was like, "There's some leftovers in the fridge."
Right on.
And she got upset. He was like, "Bitch, you can leave.
Bro,
I'll fly you out. There's some leftover ribs. There's some leftover ribs in the fridge. Have at it."
It's like that future shit, bro.
I bullshit you not, man. Y'all get bored,
Damn.
go pull that shit up, man. Kodak was on some 100 shit with that broad, man. He said it's some leftovers.
You want something to eat?
You ain't gonna take me out. He was like, I already flew you out.
You want something to eat? Got some rib in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Go get you some rib.
It's like that future shit. I'm good, love, and joy.
He couldn't have flew me nowhere.
You ain't full off them Southwest snacks.
Hey, listen. You know what? I've heard motherfuckers say real quick, fame is the new drug. And it is amazing how not just women, we ain't gonna put it on them, but it's mostly
not at all.
Yeah, because I'm like, man, it's getting fucked too in the ass.
Yeah,
all day.
Okay.
Panda.
Let me finish this
for that PSA.
Hey,
Shout out Orlando Brown. Shout out Orlando Brown.
Did you see the concern in her eyes? Stop that, man. That's not nice. That's not nice, man.
But I'm just saying.
Allegedly.
People are generally passing up good motherfuckers because a motherfucker got a little bit of status. The fact that Laura London got a baby by Wheezy.
Hey.
I mean, you like what you like, but you know what I'm saying? These are people that you know who the fuck they are. So listen, I'm not saying that it's above the motherfucker to do it. Because when you listen to him talk, I'm like, come on, guy. Like, I'm Talk Jay, and you got the Jay Dad and the bitch and all. You like, nigga, shut up, nigga. Shut up, nigga. Come on, nigga. Yeah, my dad, he was a chess master, but he was broke. He was a bad motherfucker. And I'm like, okay, so you let me tell you something. My son was a pro Thai fighter. He holds belts in Northern and Southern California, top belts. He got WBC amateur belt. Won all of his pro fights over in Thailand. I saw him fight over there. And he'll tell you, ain't no motherfucking money in that. You're doing it for the love of it. So where, like, it's not my business to be in another man's pocket. But when you saying, I've got 33, me and my brother have 33 sports cars, my big Gotti. Okay, now it's like, okay, where in the fuck you get that kind of money when that's a $2.5 to $3 million car? I could be short on
you asking those questions, and so is there. The police on that side, because he said he got a little something going on over in Romania, saying he got those boys in his pocket. Yeah, and I think that lit a fire up under their ass. Like, oh, word.
He did say that. He did say that. He did say
when you're doing what I'm doing, you got to have those boys with you.
Well, he mentioned
talking about the cop.
Side of the fight. That's the other side of the fight game.
It's like, you don't do that. Even if you are doing it, man, you keep your fucking mouth shut.
And that's the thing. He did you right, because I was listening to him one time. I think he was talking about getting pulled over. He said, you do feel the racial thing, but you slide over a couple daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's more than they get paid in a month. You like, nigga, you talk too much. You ain't from the yo nigga. You know what I'm saying? Accent. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all try. You got to be animated on here.
He got that joker down, because that's why I can't listen to him for more than a minute and a half.
Suck my blood, Wayne.
Yeah, suck my blood, Wayne. I might. Suck my Wayne, bro.
It goes in and out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if he's putting on, because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Yo. That's another thing I was thinking, Driz, and I'm glad you said that shit.
It's like
I was listening to him like, nigga, you sound like you from Boston. You know what I mean?
When he talking to a girl, that shit go away a little bit. When he trying to get on his high horse. Did you know that accent comes out? But when he's talking to a chick, hey man, he's shooting that shit.
Did you ever see Marlon Wayans Well, he said, yeah, Idris my nigga. He said, but Idris don't be using. Idris don't even talk with that accent. He sound like you from Brooklyn until he's shooting at a woman. Then all that shit come out.
Take up for my baby. Let me take up for my boo. Okay. He had to learn this language. Okay. He clearly told y'all he had to learn it. Don't come for my baby. Okay.
You've been on this since string.
Okay.
Hey, you guys know I got to go down this rabbit hole. All right. So
do it,
go ahead, man.
With Andrew Tate being at the forefront of a lot of controversial topics, do you think this is the next level of cancel culture where, first they deplatform them and then they try to embarrass somebody? I mean, we see the large entities do this with a lot of entertainers, a lot of high profile people, and it just seems to be playing the same fucking blueprint.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm with you on that to an extent. There is things he's done to incriminate himself.
Yeah.
Statements about rape in specific, and I'm gonna leave that to them to bring all that up. But I'm gonna say there's a quote. My mother, she puts quotes on her refrigerator, like a wise quote. And one of the quotes is, "Whom the gods destroy, they first make mad. They will make you look crazy first, and then they take away everything, piece by piece, to make you really, really emulate that, what they say you are." Crazy.
Didn't Dick Gregory talk about that?
Dick Gregory is the man.
Didn't Dick break down how? Yeah, didn't he break down how they don't outright kill motherfuckers anymore? It's like they try and ruin you and make you just detestable to the people, so then they can get you out of there. I think that could be a thing, because you look at Kanye, he spoke about one group of people. I'm not saying he was right. I'm just speaking in terms of the conversation and context. The banks was like, we ain't fucking with them. All his business partners, and they still. All of these hate groups out here, you have motherfuckers in khakis talking about he will not replace us shit in Dockers. And you know what I'm saying? They talking about that's the biggest motherfucking anti-Semitic. Same with Kyrie Irving. So yeah, it's feasible to believe that. And again, for me, you telling me that Brittany Reiner sent some super spy bitch to get caught up in his crib and then send the coordinates back to her boyfriend. And then they called the embassy and then they found him on a pizza box. But I mean, when you bring certain kind of attention, it's kind of like, man, you run your mouth too much. So I mean, I just, after he said, let's be honest, like, nigga, you have black. And then you say, well, let's be honest, the majority of crimes in the United States are committed by black people. I'm like, well, nigga, I guess maybe you did it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just throw one hole in that whole fucking bullshit cover story. Is that I used to work for the Department of State for the embassy, and they told us to find our own way home if shit got fucking rough. So, for them to say we're coming out to fucking get you, like, they leave their own people behind. And they did it. ISIS took our base, they left every fucking body behind. So, for them to say that they did this rescue mission to get this bitch, like, I don't believe it. I really don't.
Man, and I'm with you.
I feel like I'm with
that's it. But look, they said R. Kelly had 27 bitches shackled up in his studio, and they got there, and it wasn't even nothing in the fucking refrigerator. Like, come on, man. Like, so
wasn't no leftovers.
No leftovers.
Wasn't no women. Wasn't no leftovers.
Man. Get those leftovers.
Gotta find that clip.
Wasn't no Popeyes.
Man. Right. I went in the kitchen. It was just 6 bitches in there doing hair.
They were emaciated.
Okay, man. Let's move, man. Let's move. We've been on Andrew Tate way too long, man. Dude ain't that serious. He ain't that serious.
I am good.
That is funny.
Any predictions?
What's that?
Go get them leftovers.
Call me now for your free reading.
Right. I was just watching that shit.
How much bread is he willing to break?
What's going to happen?
In the future,
he gonna spend.
Bullshit gonna happen in the future. Call me now for your free reading.
Oh my god.
Awful. Hey, we should start with that. We should make a fake Miss Kiki psychic video and use it as a fake commercial, yo. For
real.
There'll
be a lot of fucking in year 2023.
Put a little head wrap on, a little Music Soul Child head wrap.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
First some incense.
Awful.
Right. Yeah,
Light
man.
up some
Hey,
sage, Palo Santo.
money bragged about all the bread he and his brother got because his brother
That
caught
part.
up in the shit too. So
That part.
let's see how much they would, because them governments, like he's saying, they take the money. So
Depends on
Jamie
how much.
Brown,
Isn't that what everybody does on Instagram? I mean, that's like if you're Instagram famous, you just brag about how much fucking cash you got, and of course, it's all not.
it's cap.
It's cap. I feel old saying that.
That's
shit.
that. Me too. It's all cap.
It's
So
all
when you,
cap, nigga.
but when you talk about how you getting over by getting ill-gotten gains,
Yeah.
you're gonna have them boys on your ass, man.
Right.
I mean, he did it to himself saying that shit. Talk about I got these dudes right where I want them. They in my back pocket. I can move how I want to move over there. I can't move like that in the States. I just come over here and play, but over there, that's where I make my bread. Yeah, the cops, their antennas is up over there. Like shit. Now we got you. Human trafficking. Who put those charges on folks like that without having something?
I mean, they do. They fucking do it all the time.
They did it.
I get it. And they get it. And they
do it all the time.
Look at the walk.
They proved 19.
They put his ass on Front Street. Like, make sure you get his good side. You saw
Michael Jackson, he ain't touched them kids.
Right. The kids came and recanted the stories.
They said no, he did not. Their parents put them up to that shit.
Yeah, I get that, but my man somewhat had this shit coming. You keep throwing rocks. With that old saying, you keep throwing rocks at the jailhouse, man. Keep playing if you want to, and that's what he.
My man, like Rick Ross, accusations.
Hey, we touched on this.
What's up?
We touched on this real lightly, but when it comes to like these Instagram models, they're dealing in sex work. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And when they end up in situations like this, where sex workers end up, how is it Andrew Tate's fault?
Right.
It depends on if you're capturing people to do it without their will. That's when it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? But if it's them, like they got an OnlyFans and they're selling their pussy on their own, that's different. But if you capture that hoe and make her do things that in your mind, you're probably like, shit, you're already doing it, but now you can't pay. You fucking with her pockets.
Let me say this.
I mean, the crazy part is it may not even be him or his brothers. It may be his team. He moves in a certain circle.
Let me say this.
You got to watch everybody. Once you start making that kind of money, your man could get the whole team jammed up. So it may not even have been him.
Being a dickhead don't necessarily mean you need to go to prison. But my thing is this. Here's the other side of it. When he brought up the Instagram model, we see videos of women on the motherfucking phone. Like, let's just call it what it is. Women have really been completely fucking weaponized against men. Let's just call it what it is. We see it in the media every fucking day. Motherfuckers getting money, taking women. This cat standing back with the camera. She like, oh my God, he following me. He got a gun. He like, bitch, don't be telling him that shit. I ain't following you. I'm upstairs. She downstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, what's to say? What's to say? How many? What is it? What's to say that these women agreed to some shit, and then he got these motherfuckers there, and then they wanted a little bit more, or he said, "Hey man, you better go get some ribs out the refrigerator," and they was like, "Oh really? Okay, well, I told you it was gonna be an 80-20 split. You talking about 50-50? I'm about to send these coordinates to my boyfriend and put this pizza box here." I mean, it's just we don't know. I mean, but. Again, for a motherfucker,
we don't know if that nigga was on some dirty shit,
and he could have been because again, we can't explain the bread.
Yeah.
But that ain't no motherfucking Bugatti. That's a Fiero with a body kit.
a Fiero.
Oh,
yeah, when he touched the Rosa kiss on.
You fucking around with our age now, man. Stop playing, man. I told you, man. Move on, man. Get off these
look at
damn
DeLorean,
man.
Yeah, man. Let's get off of it, man. I mean, it could be what it could be, man. But
we'll see.
Allegedly.
They got him on a 30-day hold, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
And they could make anything look like anything.
Oh, this nigga.
This motherfucker.
Woo! Yes. Let's go in.
It's crazy how you could come and make. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Get out of our. Get out of here.
Akon called out for decisive comments comparing Black Americans to African musicians.
You know what? He's part of the ancestors that sold slaves for guns. That's who the fuck he is. Get the fuck out of America. Leave our money alone.
But first off, he is a Black American. The nigga was born in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man.
Was he?
No, fuck that. He wanted fuck that. He want to talk that shit. He an African booty scratcher, and I ain't fucking with him.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Well, that's for sure. For sure. But yeah, he was born. He was born in St. Louis. For sure.
What he said was, as far as performances, I get a little bit of what he's saying about right now, because he's talking about these dudes that's popping these pills, who's sipping on lean, and there is no stage performance. There is none. It's just a motherfucker up there, a zombie walking left and right.
Let me tell you.
So if he's talking about that compared to this new, what was that? Afrobeat. What is that? That new
Afrobeats.
Afrobeats or whatever.
Yeah.
That shit is rocking. You know what I'm saying? Through and through, from the beat to the performance to everything. That shit is on point compared to our shit now. I get, but if he was talking about when he was, in the top 10, I get it. It's a complete shift as far as performances.
Is that what he said? Was that the context? Was that
that was the context? He was talking about performance.
Well, hold on.
Somewhat. On this one, there was another one where he was talking about as far as fatherhood and all that other shit.
What really grind my gears is the comparison. I hate when people compare, especially African Americans. No, the only way you're African American if you came from Africa and you stay here and you got a citizenship. But I hate when they compare themselves to us, because ain't no comparison. You don't even know what the fuck we've been through. So that's the only thing that I got mad at him at now. The context, if the context was like that,
was the context.
But still, don't compare. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with his context too. First of all, this motherfucker been making inflammatory comments about the same people he made his money off of for a long
and was asking to help him invest in his Akon City bullshit.
That fucking failed
in Uganda that he hasn't built upon in many years.
So
they gave him land.
I thought they bragged about like bringing electricity or something to like thousands of people.
That was this.
That was off.
That's internet and all that shit.
Yeah. And for me, like, he got a track record of doing this shit. I think that's his only way to get attention. And no, I don't agree with him, because all of that shit that they do came from what they see over here. It came from what there might be some rappers doing that shit. Right. That might be some rappers, but you got a shit ton of performers that's still getting it, still rocking, still doing it. You know what I mean? It's not all of them, but everything they do comes from fucking us.
Especially Akon music.
Well, that too, and the whole Afrobeat thing. You gotta think in the same sense. It's jamming, but it was It was cracking over there, but it wasn't popping like it was till it came over here, and we got it popping.
Come on, man.
And we put a little spin to it.
We stamped
part
it
too. And the thing is, one of the other dudes that's like popping for the Afrobeat type thing is from here as well. So
that's
exactly. I love the music sound. Don't get it twisted. But don't sit up there and compare, and then your music is more hip hop than it is your own culture.
Beyonce,
he's doing that to ride the wave.
Beyonce did that Lion King album where she had a bunch of African artists on there and beats, and she put her spin on that shit. Because I went back and tried to listen to some of their music. It ain't sound a motherfucking thing like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that it's not good either. It's just that it's not the same.
Right.
It's not the same.
Yeah. But that was his take on it. Like you said, he's just trying to be provocative at the time. Again, he's trying to ride that wave of, because Afrobeats is up right now. They're getting noticed over here in our award shows. What's that? Burner Boy. Shout out to him. Like I said, man, they're doing their thing. They got their, it's their time. But Akon is just trying to ride the wave.
But hold up though. But hold on, you was talking about like they were saying like pants hanging half off the ass and stuff. I mean, dude, everybody in this era, everybody wear their stuff real skinny.
Right.
But still it is that comparison as far as the performance and the sagging, because you see these cats, and I thought, man, you see a dude with skinny jeans and he's still sagging. Like, how many of y'all seen that shit?
Can I say something kind of serious?
I can only have y'all backs for so long, and then the truth start coming out. Black because goddamn.
Can I say
some of that shit is like, but my thing is don't compare it. Shit.
My opinion is that there is an undercurrent and an undertone to what he is saying that goes beyond just being provocative or getting attention. I think that he is around people with money now, and there's people who look like us who had money that didn't believe in what he was trying to do, and he is castigating the entire culture for the sake of promoting his next business move, which I think is he's trying to create an industry, a larger scale industry in music in Africa, which big ups to him for that. You know, if he wants to do that and he can pull that off, I think that's great for them. I don't begrudge them that opportunity. What's that?
I just don't understand why come for people that look. We got enough on us as Black Americans. Why are you?
They don't give a shit. We need to go back and look at Dr. John Henrik Clarke and be reminded: Black people in America, you have no friends. You have no fucking friends. They come over here. We want to go over there till somebody tells us we from over there. I'm doing my family genealogy right now. I haven't found a single African in 300 years. And I'm not saying anything to castigate or separate because I love African people. What I'm saying is we all indigenous people, and that kind of hatred, that undercurrent is what's dangerous to the new generation coming up in the culture. You know, we want to see a change, but you try to make them look less than, but you copying everything that we do.
He's hedging his bets.
The whole K-pop, like the K-pop. Sorry, I'm passionate about this. I'm gonna be quiet in a second.
Go ahead, man.
Our producers, they take our drill beats, our trap beats, and they send that stuff the world over, and then they act like they created a new music genre because somebody's singing over it in a different language. They play us like we straight crazy and stupid every single day.
That's what our culture period.
And our kids are drawn to it because of that.
Let me say this:
are drawn to us in the flavor.
I have no problem with him big up in Afro beats because that shit, Ed is right. Dope. That shit is rocking. But you don't have to big up your people at the expense of ours. Because again, all of that shit came from us. When you listen to that reggaeton and shit, oh man, come on. Now, my thing is this: you right, man. Timberland did that shit. Timberland started. I'll never make rap beats for this motherfucker again. And then you started seeing them making this other music, and you know, a lot of these producers, to keep the money coming in, they start sending the beats and shit outside. Next thing you know, somebody else is Dr. Dreing it and stamping it like it's theirs. You know, like DJ Pooh made all them fucking beats, and we found out that allegedly other motherfuckers was taking credit for it. Again, man, you could big up your people and bring attention to Afro beats without saying like, yeah, they better performers. That's a big wave right now. Anyway, when you look at all of these entertainers, the Insecure chick, the one that played as Harriet, the one who writes that show, Abishola in Abishola Loves Ernie or whatever the fuck that is. All of these motherfuckers get caught on Twitter and making these fucked up comments, these old AITA comments, and the black women in the weed, they always attacking black women, and they always making these fucking comments, and the one thing they go back to is, well, black Americans called us African booty scratchers. Like, nigga, that was kid shit. And number two, right, and number two, again, there was a whole movement in the late 80s and the 90s.
So dumb.
Yeah, it was a whole movement in the late 80s and 90s where you had black people at these HBCUs and other places, you know, trying to fight against apartheid, using our voices to bring attention to that shit. Nobody else would have knew about that shit over there.
Right.
You know, so come on, man. Like, nobody would have knew about that shit. He a fuddy-duddy motherfucker, man. Like, I don't pay attention. I never thought the motherfucker sing convict music. Take it, smack it, give me some more, smack it.
Locked up.
Right.
I mean,
I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No.
True. But yeah, I feel everything you're saying on that because I honestly think it's, you know how they say when you get to a place, your true colors start to show.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is because I honestly feel if it was on like some true music stuff and he wanted to take it to like a bigger stage, let's rewind a bit. When I first heard Akon was on the Fuji La Sly and Robbie remix on the Score album. He was the last person to sing on that. So he got that connect with Wyclef right there. One of the biggest dudes in the hip hop industry. You don't think he got a first-hand connect with him that could take that to the next level? So you want to stoop to this on something like that instead of going to that. You got the first-hand connection with this dude, but you want to talk some shit like this? Dude, that's not right.
You got to think about it, man. He's up and he's going to stay up because of what he did with Lady Gaga. He's set for life. He could That's why they turn around and shit on folks when they know they good. He don't need that. You don't need the black community no more.
There you go.
He don't need the shit over here in the States because again,
but
like
I think he's still
trying to make inroads.
For sure. But I think he's caping for that because you check out this interview that he just did, and then go back to that Drink Champs interview. Two different interviews, bro.
Yeah.
But let me say this,
Absolutely.
Mr. Coppola. I'm gonna shoot it to you, Miss Kiki. Let me say this real quick. Mr. Coppola just hit a motherfucking point. They all do it once they get up. Once they get their money. Pink did it. Pink was out that bitch with Naughty by Nature singing motherfucking R&B music. What's the one cat that Usher brought into the game?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber was up there making nigga jokes and shit. What's the motherfucker out of Detroit? Kid Rock. Motherfucker got a black kid was
Kid
up
Rock.
there. First
Kid Rock.
album was peanut butter and grit sandwiches in the morning or some shit like that.
Kid Rock.
And now he the biggest honky tonk motherfucker. Now,
he's a cowboy.
He a cowboy. Talking
From
about
Detroit.
Jay-Z
and them
Cowboys look like us, right?
Come on, man.
From Detroit. But go ahead.
Jay-Z and them charge too much for their tickets. When I believe in, $25 tickets so people can afford a beer. It's like every time motherfuckers come in off our backs at a certain point. I got this money. I'm hopping off, and y'all motherfuckers ain't shit. And look at what's the bitch name? Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez came up off of Black Men. Jamie Foxx said it. That whole In Living Color shit. She came up off of that, and then she was I'm Still Jenny from the Block with Ben Affleck on the fucking yacht with the locks looking silly in that fucking video. You know what I'm saying? I could go on and on about this shit. Even Rosie fucking Perez. Rosie Perez came up off of motherfucking Spike Lee, then sat in the motherfucking interview where Fat Joe had checker. Where Fat Joe,
Rosie D's.
Where Fat Joe had to check her because she was talking about Spike Lee was just trying to get off on her and fucking do the right thing. He was trying to get his funky off. I was uncomfortable with that, and I thought he was just trying to freak off on me. And Fat Joe like, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Spike didn't do nothing wrong, no. Oh no, I'm not saying that. He had to back her the fuck up. So they all do that once they come up off of us. It ain't shocking. But the problem is we keep letting motherfuckers like that in. It's cool to have a white singer, the Latin girl with the big ass, like somewhat close to the black girls. Pink with the fucking, go ahead, Miss Kiki.
What you saying that, I heard what I wanted to say, but what you saying that is, it just sounds so crazy to me because everybody of color is the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what is the problem? Why are we down on each other? That's the main thing. But I did want to say this for my Black American men, for men that really don't know. Like, I know he's talking about the presence of Black American men before we started getting feminized, and the men that's still out there. Like, who can I use? Like maybe LL Cool J or what's his name? I'm going old school.
Tyler Perry.
No, hell no.
You motherfucker. That's how I can't get you to think.
He's
come in a room and throw a grenade and get you to think, man.
There is nothing like the presence of a well-dressed Black American man and the swag. it just can't be touched. And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they are doing what they're doing to our black men, because they know that there's such a presence about them. Even I'm sorry, like I look at how Africans dress. Like y'all come over and y'all be dressed in like these Habibi things and stuff like that. Like you're not, that's not sexy to me. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck is a Habibi thing?
I don't know. Having dresses on with little, you know,
with the sheer shit on it,
with
the little baby, with the baby bib stitched onto it.
Yeah.
Dashikis.
And I hate that. I'm not, and you know what I'm saying? Your culture is your culture, but if you want to compare, come on, you ain't got shit on ours. You might as well go dance around a fire.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, why you doing this shit?
Because I make okay. Well, I'll just say Akon.
Damn. She just
Mike.
That makes me mad.
Nah, you know what?
She's just
going to nigga. No, listen, I kind of feel her though. I feel what she's saying.
Pastor Benoit, you got it.
I just feel, but I'm like,
Pastor
Benoit. About the
Benoit.
way he dressed. You said the way he dressed, when she fucking around, found he was. If you're really a prince, I'll marry you. And shit.
I would not. Not put that on my life.
Go ahead. Take a chance.
Oh,
no. If I can find an African that look like Idris Elba, I may.
There she go. There it is.
I mean, Africa's a big motherfucking place. Africa's
what she's saying, though.
You know, they say white people came out of Africa too.
They did.
Africa's a big place. You will find Idris Elba looking motherfucker over in Africa. Yeah. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's some motherfucking, it's some non-dressing motherfuckers that came out of there. Well, listen, I lived in Columbus back in the day. It was a motherfucker. It was a motherfucker I seen. He had on some camouflage pants, some patent leather dress shoes, and a mesh football jersey with a jerry curl. Done.
Hey man, it was all new. It was fresh out the bag. It was just what you call it, man? Just patchwork.
Fucking looked like an extra in colors.
He thought he was dope.
Salvation Army pop tags. Salvation Army pop tags.
But I you know what I'm saying? They come over here and they start dressing Americanized, and then they fit in. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
quit.
Let me say this, man. I
love all people, but don't you compare my people like that. That's all
100. 100. I met some. I'm gonna just say this right quick. I met some Africans that was like him, and then I was in Thailand, and I met some African sisters over there. I got a friend. Her name is Ifoma. She's a professor in LA. Down by law, ain't on this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't understand why it goes on. It's just, I think for us, we get it from people that don't look like us. So to have this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, that's sniffing all the white man's air to say some shit like this.
It's probably getting bent over.
Nose breathing all the white man's air.
Yeah, all day. But that's Akon, man.
He getting butt busted.
Okay, next. Yeah, next.
But bro,
allegedly,
it's a new trend in 2023.
Hey, Drizzy,
a whole lot of backdoor talk.
A lot of pandering going on.
Hey, Drizzy, hit her with it one time.
Panda.
A whole lot of backdoor.
Stop it! You're hurting him.
That's my one. That's my one. That's my one.
Man.
I thought he was
See, stop giving this man suggestions.
I will do it. That's my one. I got to get it during the show. That's my one.
Day one.
That's day one.
You got to start the year off right. Man.
Every time a black man talk about nines, a white man got to go and drag him and them out his ass.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And
this motherfucker.
This
wow.
Hey man,
Speaking of which.
Politics 101.
Dental floss. You see that?
Right.
That's it. Hey, George Santos claims mother was killed in 9/11 before backtracking and saying she died in 2016.
He's a politician. That's what they do. Lie.
Yeah.
Liar.
I mean, they've been lying in politics since
he used his mom's death for votes.
For sympathy and attention and all kind of shit. He lied on his resume saying he went to this college and
Never
like
did.
2 different colleges, never attended.
Graduated.
Said that he worked with
sounds familiar, don't it?
Yeah.
Had a pet charity. Didn't have one. Said his grandparents was Jewish. No, they weren't. This motherfucker just lied about everything. They voted for him. That's the problem.
Did he win? Yeah.
He won.
They're trying to get his ass to fucking back out. Like, do we need to run a special election? He's in.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
Him and his boyfriend up in there. They ain't leaving.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Did you for real?
What's up?
Yeah, he's sweet. Him and his boyfriend up in there.
Like Buttigieg.
He said he was Jewish. He said he was gay, and he ran on a Republican ticket.
Like
what if this motherfucker ain't really gay?
So yeah,
no, he really gay.
So basically, listen, he ain't nothing but a nigga who got an application and shit. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Right. Say it again. Say it again, Pastor Bendover. Say it again. Say it again, Pastor Bendover.
But he ain't nothing but a nigga who lied on the application. You know how they call you 3 weeks later? They say, "Oh yeah, I see you got a master's degree in this." You're like, "I do? Oh yeah, that's right. I do." He ain't nothing but a nigga.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, because the Democrat want him to back out so they can have a special election so he could get in because he lost. But yeah, dude's saying that he ain't going nowhere. How could he after the last president? How could this dude actually just quit?
Exactly.
He's not.
He
probably won again.
How can he after this president? After
the current president.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
or the 1-2 presidents ago.
Right.
Or Reagan. He looks like a Latin cherub.
Right.
Yeah, but
he looked like a Latin what?
When
cherub.
The motherfucker will lie on his dead mama. Talk about I'm blocking everything on 9/11.
He figures she already dead. It ain't gonna hurt.
Damn, man. Like these cats switching on their dead homies, man. I know who killed someone. So yeah.
Call me now.
That's fucked up, man.
Hold on. Santos said he claimed to be Jewish, but said I was Jew-ish.
Right. Like black-ish.
Yeah.
Now we're about to get in trouble.
Oh
my God, man.
He said it.
We're not gonna get in trouble. That's
what he said.
Yeah, we're not gonna get in trouble. We just talk about how this dude
literally
jumped on
what
him.
it means. Kind of like, sort of like, of a kind of place. That suffix means that. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I didn't say I was Jewish. I said I was Jew-ish. Like black-ish.
Same thing.
Yo,
hell no.
Sort of cat.
That's crazy.
I couldn't lie on my mom.
On your dead mama. There's your mama, and then there's your dead mama. Cold-blooded, man.
He lied on the ancestors, man.
She could have died on 9/11.
She died at 9/11.
She looking down like I gave birth to this rotten motherfucker.
Pretty much.
That's fine. She knows she can't trust him. She raised the cocksucker.
Next,
crazy, bro.
Next, you wrong for that thing. You wrong for that.
You should have played that.
You wrong for that one, Tate.
Each man is responsible for whatever comes out of their mouth. Their mouth. Views and opinions expressed by everyone on this panel.
BBC. We all we got.
He said BBC. We all we got.
We have no friends.
Oh my God.
Oh,
man, what the fuck just happened?
A tank happened. That's what happened.
Miss Kiki, you gotta hit us with it. Call me now.
Call me now for your free reading.
I think we just lost 2 live viewers.
Fuck
them cocksuckers.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Oh, he doubled down.
Allegedly,
doubled
We had a
down.
good run. We had a good run, family. We had a good run.
Hold on. No. Wait a minute.
down.
Hold on. I can't say this. Oh, fuck. I spent my fucking entire life in emergency services. Okay. You know? This motherfucker claimed his mama got killed on 9/11 along with 343 other fucking firemen. Come on, man.
He got a point.
Fuck this dude.
He got a point. He got a point,
Okay.
son.
All right, man. Give it flaming. Give it flaming.
Yeah.
But tread lightly, man. Tread lightly, man.
Tread lightly.
We live, man. Tread lightly. They will pull the plug on us directly.
Yeah, they will. They will.
That's
And that's on my mama.
graphics.
And that's on my mama. My mama.
Oh, shit.
My hood.
Oh man!
I don't know when that took off, man. And you hear these little dudes, you know it's about to be up. When little dudes say, man, that, on my mama. Like, oh shit.
Here we
There
go.
you go.
Oh,
There you go.
But this dude really lied though. Like he just lied.
Yeah.
Bad. When I've asked this question before every time we have a really fucked up election. When do we admit the government's broken?
Now
we know that.
When do we admit that the government's not running shit? These are puppets and figureheads.
There you go. This puppets and figureheads.
McDonald's
running this shit.
Baskin Robbins, JP Morgan.
it was in my prediction. I said it's gonna be some bullshit.
KMP, man. KMP running
Always
this shit.
is.
All these corporations. KMP,
Oh, yeah.
McDonald's.
He said KMP. They got a hand in this shit.
Don't think they got a hand in this shit.
KMP, Two Guys, The Connection, all of them. They all in
Hey,
it.
you look charm coming out them motherfuckers. You here?
Hey, Value King running this bitch.
You niggas saying Value King. I'm done.
Sparkle
I'm
Market.
fucking done.
He said Sparkle Market. He was department store.
Hey,
Sparkle got the best.
Mr. Paul's Bakery, motherfucker.
This
Mr. Paul's Bakery.
Candyland.
That's the
Don't play with me, man. I got a half a
Candyland.
dozen in the freezer right now. Quit playing. Quit playing. I got a half dozen in the freezer. Son.
Oh, shit.
What, Mr.
Candyland?
No.
Now that we know
I get mine
government-
shipped in, son. I get mine shipped in.
What?
And we're all in agreement. The government is not. It's failed.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Ben failed there.
What happens next? Do we continue to wait?
Man, they failed
For the-
niggas
Hey,
since
you
the
know
inception.
what happens next?
got out there
AI
in the
happens
80s.
next. So
Give
let
us
that be
us
that.
free.
That's a whole nother.
That's
That's a whole nother segment.
Right.
So that's what happened
Give
next.
us free.
Give
Give us free.
And that's on my dead mama.
Build 7, bitch.
okay.
All right, man. Roll on, man. Roll on, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. This
Yeah.
Bob's little PYT.
Yeah, who she is? Who she is? God damn.
Man.
You look like a cocksucker, bro.
Listen,
I got my money in that bank. They using my money for their shit.
I'm married like a
They've been doing
motherfucker.
it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
You'd
Okay,
be
you
surprised
better get your-
what JP Morgan is doing with your motherfucking
Now
money.
let me say this
Your weight, flip that
Yeah.
shit. What?
before I get into the
No,
story.
they got dope too. They got caught with dope.
Billions.
They got
Yeah.
caught financing Jeffrey
Billions.
Epstein's fucking island.
Yeah.
Before I
I
say
got-
this,
like, listen, if you got my money,
Yo,
you know, with dope.
Your checking account money paying for children to get pounded in the ass by Prince Albert or Andrew, who in the fuck that was.
Whatever. It's same thing.
I need my money back. I need my money plus some back.
her husband,
Money with interest, please.
her husband looked like
I
Dr.
done made
Phil.
some money off my shit. Give me what y'all made. Give me that shit.
Her
They
husband looked
did
like
to
Dr.
Kanye. They
fucking
say, "Come
Phil.
get your measly 170 million. We don't want it.
Right.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah, her
billions."
husband looked like Dr. Phil. That's what I was shocked by. Okay, more than the story. But JP Morgan is buying $1 billion in rental homes. I brought this to you guys' attention because of my bro was telling me that Google, Apple, one of these groups are buying up these houses, like all of these fucking homes, and they're renting them back to the workers. So it's one of these things where, hey man, we want you to come out. We got living arrangements made for you, and then you get there, and now you're giving them the fucking money back. So now you see JP Morgan Chase buying it. This is all the shit we seen in these movies about these corporate takeovers and shit, where now there is no land. You got to rent from somebody. So I wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. I mean, but it's not shocking when you look up in New York, you see that they got these apartments that's only like 150, 200, 300 square feet going for $2,000.
That's ridiculous.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like now the fucking banks, I mean, they own the homes as it is, but now, $1 billion in rental homes, man. Like,
dude, this isn't new. This happened right after the crash.
Yeah.
Who do you think was scooping up all these damn houses?
Well, that was the point.
Which crash are you talking about? The crash of 2008 or the crash of like the 1920s? Because this thing has been going on for a long fucking time. He called the projects in Youngstown company homes because they were owned by the fucking company.
There you go. It's trafficking. It's another version of plantation.
And look, I got offered a gig out by the Language Center in that Bay Area out there where, it's fucking ridiculous how expensive it is. What fucking Ob knows because he's out there. And there was no housing, nothing that I could afford on a government salary. So, it makes sense that large corporations would buy the homes near them, especially in Silicon Valley, where, people are only there for a project. They're only there for a short time. Like some guy might get brought in just to design a battery. And before the battery's even made, he's fucking gone on to a new job. So to have this guy come in and take temporary housing that belongs to a company makes a lot of sense, especially in the areas that like Apple is and Google is.
Like we need to do that, like for real, because like with this new battery plant or the old GM, I think that's what they're gonna like shortly do here, because they have people from Korea. Like I work in a hotel at night. There's people, they put them in hotels to stay here for months at a time to work over there, and then they go back home. So like that's crazy.
It makes sense, but what
nothing new. I mean,
it makes sense, but what happens when this extends beyond, the employment area? What happens when this just goes to the everyday motherfucker that don't even work for them?
That's the
sucks. It sucks, but nothing lasts forever. I mean, like Youngstown Sheet and Tube doesn't own them fucking houses anymore. They've been gone since what, the 70s. You know what I mean? Like,
y'all okay?
That's on my dead mama, focus.
I'm sorry, hey. You know how you try to like keep going and act like you don't see it, but then when you look at him and then he knew what you saw. Oh, that was funny. Okay.
What the hell did you just
right? What are we missing?
And he was killing some pizza.
Why you get off? You should have kept eating it on camera.
It dropped down his mouth, and I'm like, when I see it, I'm like, is that I ain't see the pizza no more, so I don't know if it was a booger of food. And
it's got to be the most ignorant live podcast.
So stupid.
I want to know.
That's all right, man. We can push through.
Go ahead, man. I guess, man. I mean, are we going back? Are we getting back to the? If somebody can correct me here, are we going back to the times of land barons and shit like this? Because again, this is cool.
It never changed. It's always
that
been
part.
that way.
It's cheaper to have them on the hook. You know what I mean? Like, they pay rent rather than a mortgage because they know they could, walk away and just take a bankruptcy. But if you're paying rent, you got to pay that shit.
No, right. No. I get what you're saying, Mr. Coppola, especially as far as the job, like what the Cuddy said, these are temporary assignments that these people are taking.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what happens when it's the average Joe that's looking for a place to stay, and you got to go through Apple? You know what I mean?
Fucked.
That was my point.
You're not going to get it. He's not going to get it anyway.
Anyway,
They're
exactly.
going to prioritize it for one of their employees.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did. Remember, the projects didn't start off as a bad thing.
No.
That was, like you said, that was temporary housing. A project is a temporary thing by definition. It's a project that should be eventually completed. But we got generational folks who want to stay in the project.
I differ with you on that.
You know,
the projects were built on land allotments that belonged to indigenous people that they took from them through trickery. Okay. And the banks were the first to they set up land banks first before they had anything to do with like commerce, the flow of commerce. They created land banks. Then they created societies like the Society of Animal Husbandry, which deals with farming and agriculture. And they vetted their members and established the order through those members of who they would allow to own what, even though people already technically inhabited those places. You know what I'm saying? They just basically made up paperwork. And
it's my shit. It's my shit now. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not laughing, but like they tricked them into agreeing to things like land sharing or cropping, right? Sharecropping. And then what they did when they borrowed something from the bank, they couldn't pay back. They just seized control. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man,
I got you.
Hey man, listen again. I'm
Miguel backstage, y'all.
This is
shit.
It's dope that you did it again, motherfucker. No, it's dope that these corporations can provide housing for their people. Again, I just say what happens when it extends further out. And the last thing I'll end on is we all see what the fucking projects ended up turning into. So
it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing, but it's always been a thing.
That's part,
and it's always going to be a thing. And
you know why? But you know the good thing about talking about it is because there's new generations out here, man, and new generations aren't interested in history in the past as much as say we were. You know what I mean? You look at Drizzy; he's a fucking encyclopedia. You know of shit. Yourself, Mr. Grimley, but you know. These they living in the now, you know what I mean? That YOLO shit, when they started talking that shit, they lived it. It was you only live once, nigga.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. All right, party people, keep it rolling, old man.
Let's get it.
Hey, let's pick 1/3 of what they got busted with. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want to talk about the cocaine?
Yes. Yes, let's talk about it. And a
couple years back,
and the lawyer getting fired.
JP Morgan got caught all that fucking dope on their boat. And then, of course, that shit with the Epsteins.
It wasn't theirs, it was the pirate. What are you talking about, man? It was the pirate.
Man, as soon as the attorney general down there in the Virgin Islands got awarded $105 million from the Epstein estate, she came out and was like, "Oh yeah, we've been investigating this like a RICO case." She goes, "JP Morgan Chase has been financing these pedophiles." They fired that bitch. They fired that bitch the next day.
That's what I'm saying. These ain't no. Why me and Drizzy covered up? These ain't no benevolent motherfuckers. I covered up the two light-skinned motherfuckers. What's going on, man? You see me? I'm like,
because you were late.
You got to wear the sign because you're late.
Nah, man, look, man. They've been making movies about. Listen, man. What was that movie? Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Two street level criminals robbed. They stole these drugs and money from. They stole a stash. not knowing that they thought he was stealing from some other gangsters. It was a fucking corporation that they stole from. You know, they've been making movies about this. That's how this. Listen, man, everybody looking at, oh, it's El Chapo when they building tunnels. Man, on allegedly. Over here, you can see when I go to work, when you go across the Bay Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, you can see these merchant marines.
Go ahead,
No, leave it on. You got to leave it on.
Stupid.
It's funny as fuck, man. But you see these merchant marine ships leaving out, and they was just talking about, man, how they don't even like going into those containers because it costs money, it costs time, and things like that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna tell me that if them, I don't know how many can fit on that motherfucker, but you gonna tell me that one of them ain't got some bricks on that motherfucker?
Hey, bricks, cars, people.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
People. It is
bricks,
what it
cars,
is,
people,
organs.
And the top G is organs, and the top G is on one of them boats.
Yeah, getting the shipment. That's how he got his Bugatti. You know.
Yeah, his Bugatti.
Got me talking like that motherfucker, man. Next.
You know what the other thing, the guy B Drizzy said something. He was talking to somebody else that was British. I was like, why the fuck his accent ain't like that person's, man?
Here's more
the other part of the UK.
Here's Morgan interview.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back.
Good example. Perfect example. That's one.
Yeah. Oh, man, come on, man. I mean, you could be from Austintown or from West Virginia, which aren't very far apart. And you just
sound the exact fucking same.
Yeah.
One motherfucker can't pronounce them W's.
Dude, man.
Next. Hit the clicker. Hit that Drizzy clicker, man. Damn it. What's wrong with you, man? All right, man.
Not trying to convince me.
Oh yeah, man. Somebody enlighten me.
This is kind of confusing to me a little bit. I want to, talk about the situation, and then we could, break it down in the end. There was a dude who was married. His wife left him for her boss. They got divorced. They hooked up. I think she had a kid with him. But anyway, they already had 2 kids. And now they're grown. And the father's parents retired. And I guess they sitting on some cash. And the mother wants the husband to tell his parents to give the kids some of that inheritance. And he like, nah, because they've been, out of my life and their grandparents' life for years, for over 10, 15 years. And now that my parents have retired and got this bread, the ex wants him to tell his parents to give her kids the money because they're in debt. The kids are in debt.
Absolutely not, bitch.
It has nothing.
It's you and your motherfucking boss.
It's more than it's more than that. No, it's
go on and help.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
It's more than that.
Go ahead, Floss.
It's she left. The wife left the husband. Right? You said the wife left the husband for her boss. But her boss was on some fraudulent shit and got arrested. So now this bitch living with her parents.
Right.
And this dude, the dude that she got left for, got rich, and his parents got rich in the same sense. So they bred it up. He got remarried and got 2 kids, more 2 kids, and his other broad kids is fucked up. And like you said, the whole shit with them being estranged and the other side fucked up. Now this bitch want this money from that inheritance money that they can't get. So it's all fucked up.
Nigga, is you talking about your situation or some shit? God damn, you was in debt with that shit. What's it? Run that shit down.
No, it's not me, bro. It's not me.
You was dead.
But the thing, my question is about that. It's like, if you divorce from this woman, right? How the fuck she know about what's going on with your folks?
So wait. Let me get a clear understanding of something right quick. So
you got that beard. You got that beard. I'm talking.
When she left him and went to the boss, she took his kids away from him, and they were estranged from him.
Yes.
They
once they got older, they still didn't even attempt to make contact with him or the grandparents.
Oh, no.
Was he paying child support?
I guess he was still doing all the stuff, but now the kids went to school. They didn't got in debt, student loans, probably all that shit, and they fucked.
Nah. You know what? Let me say this. Hell the fuck nah. When you took the motherfuckers and they felt like they couldn't see me, but still take this bread for me to take care of them.
Not his money, his parents.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's why I'm asking if he paid child support.
I'm assuming he did, but
right. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If he paid child support and she severed the connection between those children and their father, you ain't getting none of this here inheritance. Nah, fuck that. You got what you're gonna get. You couldn't holler at an old player, anything. I could have died. You know what I'm saying? But your mama took the money and fucked it up with the boss, and now I got a little something. Nah, motherfuckers.
No, she wants him.
She wants child support out his check.
She wants him to go to his parents.
Sorry.
No.
And get that inheritance because the grandparents have retired and now they're sitting on a gang of loot.
No.
And she like, well, your parents didn't retired. That's their, their legacy. Or whatever.
They're entitled to it.
Yeah, that's what she wants. She wants the dad to put in a good word with the grandparents, even though the kids never made no attempt to talk to him nor his parents.
No.
It ain't him. He's the bridge.
That's just like, hey, that is just so fucked up. It's so many things. Like basically, you like waiting for my parents to die,
pretty much,
to get this money. So you want me to talk them into leaving money for my kids? No, they can do what they can do with their money. They live. They do it.
Listen. On my dead mama, that's a good idea. You should do it. You should do that shit. You hear me? On my dead mama, that's a hell of an idea. That's a hell of an idea.
Fucking hard.
Yeah.
All right, man. Goddamn.
There you go.
We're gonna have this shit 2023, man. Damn it. We didn't sniff this shit out, man. The fuck.
Listen, man.
There you go.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck them kids. You understand? Listen, man. Grown kids. They always say that a mother's love is never ending, but daddy will get left in the fucking dust. It sounds to me like when she left that man for the boss, she took the children.
Yeah, money hungry hoe.
Filled them with lies about their birth father.
Money hungry hoe.
Tried to convince them that the boss was their new daddy. Call him daddy now because it makes her feel better.
Call him Mr.
They got
Dad.
estranged. Homie said, you know what? I tried as much as I can. I know dudes that did this shit. I tried. Hey, I'm moving on with my life. He got a woman. He got 2 kids. Now her shit then fell apart. And now she looking over there like, damn, what the fuck? Nah, bitch.
Yeah,
nah.
And
the kids, nah. Y'all grown, y'all cause your own bills. We can't, my parents ain't helping shit out.
I mean, yeah, it's that. It's everything he said. You figure, like you said, she was paper chasing.
Mm-hmm.
She manipulated them kids into thinking that daddy wasn't shit. She thought the grass was written on the other side. Turns out he was on some fraudulent shit.
Right.
And then old boy got lucky. He came up. She went down. She like, oh shit, damsel in distress. Nah, bitch, you just got fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, then you figure what the kid's mind still filled up with that bullshit. They thinking daddy ain't shit. He probably tried to reach out, but they was like, nah, we ain't fucking with you like that.
We got a new daddy and he bought us some Nintendos.
Until he went to jail.
It's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? You can only do but so much. And so you're like, all right, cool. I didn't did that. Now I heard there's a break come. Hey, Dad, what's up? Who? Nah, bro, we can't do that. And the thing is, I'm sure he's not an asshole, but I know it's a little bit of pettiness in there too, because you know for a fact, he like the only reason they coming to me now is so they can cake off this bitch a little bit so she can get out of her parents' house. But my thing is this. You've been in your parents' house for how long, and you ain't thought of a plan besides this to get off your motherfucking ass?
How often does it happen, though? Listen, let me say this. Shout out, because I got to remember Miss Kiki on the panel. Call her now for your psychic reading. But anyway, how often is it? You got women, man. I've seen it. Ain't, I ain't seen no more motivation than a woman with 2 motherfucking kids working a full-time job and going to college for some hard shit like nursing, right? But on the other side of that shit, you got these women that fall on hard times, can't think they motherfucking way out of a paper bag, and the first thing they do is try to torture the motherfucker they used to be with. Now, that man, he done got rid of this anvil of a bitch that was holding him in one place. He done came up, and she looking like, oh, he got the bag. I need that. I need some of that. Nah, she trying to.
She a little bit more sinister, fam, because it ain't him. Again,
right?
It's his dad sold his business, and he had a couple patents.
Man, listen.
So that's money.
Mismanaged
money.
Pussy.
You know,
listen.
That's what it was, man.
This woman is strictly after the bag, like my man Op said. I mean, because she would have been satisfied with conjugal visits if she wasn't chasing that goddamn bag.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, sir.
On the nose, nigga.
On the nose.
On the nose.
Right.
Because basically, she left him for more money. That's all it was. She left his bank account for a bigger bank account.
That's
it ain't at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And he got caught up, and now she like, damn.
Yeah, she fell into a trick bag, and you know, now she can't
go
out of
back home. But you gonna call the part with her? I'm just like, damn. You ain't got no shame in your game. You literally went back to him.
Yeah.
Not to say, hey, babe, you ain't even try to get with him. He said, I need for you to talk to your parents and put kids in that will because they got debt. Your kids. Debt. Wait, well, hold up, bitch.
I read in the paper that your daddy sold his company, and you know, I know he had about 4 or 5 patents, and so that's why I was wondering, like, how the fuck did
she got married to the other dude, right?
Yeah, she went off with the boss.
Safe. He's safe.
I'd have hit her with.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? The kids, after they get so old and he done paid child support, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to look out for your kids, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, kids and, you know, that's his kids. But I'm not.
Said after the fact, the kids never once made an attempt to get at him or the grandparents.
There you go.
You'll be like, man, fuck me. You want their money? Go holler at your grandparents. You know, fuck me. I'll be the bad guy.
I can get
and holler at your grandparents.
The only way I would help them, if I was a dude, I don't know, because you know, but the only way I would help them is if I'm like, you got to spend some time with me. I want to see what you about.
No,
I would have to, like, because that's your kid. You know what I'm saying?
The kicker is the grandparents call.
It's the grandparents call you. So at the end of the day,
hey, you know what? No, hell no. You know who I am. In that situation, if she came to me like motherfucking Marlo, I would come out the motherfucking back like Avon did when he wanted to get the connect, and I'd be like, you probably wonder what I'm doing here, but let me guess, you wanted to come to me because you wanted to talk to the Russian so you could get to the grandparents. But see, I'm something like a authority figure up in here. That's what I would hit the bitch with the Avon. No. Nah. Fuck you and them too. They couldn't holler at their dad. Nah, man.
Let me in.
People be doing that shit. Listen, let me say something. I know a dude, and he was on the show. He got his oldest daughter. Every time I say, hey man, how your daughter doing? He said, man, she won't talk to me. I keep trying to holler at her. She only call me when she wants something, man. Her mother done ruined her. My big bro, that's his sister who did it. He like, yeah, she ruined his kid. I mean, he ain't lying about it. I said, well, what's up, man? You heard from her? Last time I talked to him, he said, man, look, all I know is she turned X amount, whatever age, he said, and I'm about to be done paying child support. I tried. I can't do it no more. I got other kids to focus on.
That's so unfortunate because, like, you're taught that as a child. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I can kind of relate to that, you know what I mean, without going too deep into my situation.
Right.
But you're taught that as a child. So you grow up with this animosity, you know what I'm saying, until you actually sit down and speak to your parent. Yeah. Then he gets his side, and then you're like, oh shit, you start connecting the dots, you know what I'm saying? But it's not fair to the child for a woman to put that in. It's just not right. You don't do that. You let your child see the father or the mother for who they are. You don't say wrong about them, like, you know what I mean? Because now you're holding that person back from having somebody in their corner or missing a hole because you're not complete. If you ain't got your father, you ain't complete. And if you ain't got your mother, ain't complete. A woman is more this just because it slide off the pussy. They need their daddies too.
What you said is the realest shit because my mother used to be, and it would, I know it would want to come out her mouth to say some fly shit, but she was like, you gonna see for yourself one day. When you become a man, you will see for yourself. And she left that shit at that. And shit, when I became a grown man, I said, "Dick, you motherfucker." Like that conversation just came back. I said, "Well, I be you know the old folks say, well, I be goddamn." And shit, I saw it for myself. You know, but when you put that shit in their head to where you make it that the child won't even sit and have a conversation, what's the man supposed to do? And like my people said, hey man, I got 2 other kids to worry about.
You're basically putting it in the child's head that you can disrespect the opposite parent.
There you go.
They're not nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not true at all. That's actually who you come from.
Look at 50 Cent. Look at 50 Cent. Look at 50 Cent.
That's just
look at Romeo and the shit he doing right now.
Yeah.
He was
dead.
He finally manned up though.
He called what?
In the first place.
Called his what happened?
Romeo called his dad a deadbeat dad and said he had more sympathy for somebody that just passed away. Twitch versus his own daughter. Like your dad then took care of the whole family, including you.
Do you not remember the episode of Chris?
That's what I was about to say. That wasn't his mom's house. That was his house at fucking 10.
Yeah, he was like, what, 10 or 11? He wasn't even old enough to drive. Had a Lexus in the drive, in the garage, and a full house.
Right. And something like 30 million in his bank account.
Hey, dude, come on, kid. Stop playing. Stop playing, man. You grew up, in front of everybody, man. Everybody saw what it was, man. Stop playing. But it is what it is, man. Thank you guys for this one. Pastor Bend Over B.I. and Miss Kiki. Appreciate y'all. Flostradamus, Drizzy Drew, Old Man Ally, and that what the hell?
Paddington Bray. That was my name on Facebook. Paddington. I used to love that shit. The little bear with the hat, the coat with no drawers.
Yes, he was English. Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking hated that bear.
I love that little bear.
Goddamn.
I love that fucking bear.
Goddamn.
He liked
that
to eat
bear and
marmalade.
Teddy Ruxpin, man.
He liked to eat marmalade. He liked marmalade.
And he was a pimp. He had that. Yes, give me some marmalade. He used to walk around. He was all sophisticated.
Yeah, man, he was English, man. The man,
I'm going to
cross
the street now. I'm going to cross the street now. Yeah, that was my motherfucker. Man.
But yeah,
hey, I had Teddy Ruxpin, my buddy, all that shit. I had a good childhood.
All that shit just sounds like I had G.I. Joes and Transformers, man.
I had all that too and He-Man, motherfucker. Yeah, but I had my buddy and Teddy, motherfucker. I used to put EP. I used to put EPMD tapes in his back and let him rap.
That's just I
did some things with Teddy Ruxpin. He's the first one to give me head.
Next.
Right.
I'm done. I ain't never heard no shit like that. That is some different shit.
Hey, you put a rap tape on, you get some.
Oh my god!
Yo, you gotta put this
now.
Solo clip. The Teddy Ruxpin joint.
This is gonna be a TikTok.
This got to be.
If you ever lonely, Teddy Ruxpin.
Hey, thank y'all for having me. Please
call it a Teddy
Ruxpin. Sundays at 6:30, Deep Throat Conversations.
Yo, you gotta hit us with the call me now.
Call me now for your free reading.
Oh my god!
From the top, Rastafari.
We doing the commercial, man. We doing the commercial, man. We doing the commercial, man. Fuck it.
That's how you end the show. Okay, yeah, she killed it.
Hi, Teddy.
Hey, I need one of them shirts, man.
Oh shit!
I need one of them shirts you got on.
That's a
flash.
I got
for sure.
I'm from Youngstown.
For sure.
All right, y'all. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Teddy sitting on the toilet.
Oh, if y'all find him, tell him call me.
You finna put a loop tape in his back so he can hit that. I wanna rock. I wanna rock. I wanna rock. Don't stop. Bump that. Put things up.
I'm like, ow.
Oh my goodness.
I can't. Yeah, there you go. Ed. What's the one?
I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm done. I used to call myself Eddie Ruxpin. I can't do that no more. I can't use that name no more. Okay, Miss Kiki, you didn't fuck that up. Thank you.
Yeah, he went by Eddie Ruxpin. Yeah,
well, you ate vagina before, right? So you can still hold that title.
Oh my God.
She got me doing the
drizzy. All right now.
Party people, thank you. Oh my God. First episode of 2023. This is gonna be the tempo. Okay. Right. I see where we at. This is the tempo.
Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, motherfucker. Okay. Hey, let me say this. Y'all motherfuckers hit the like, man. It'd be a lot of people coming through, man. And it'd be like 3. Hit the likes. It ain't because y'all don't like it. Y'all lazy, motherfucker. Y'all be doing that shit to the.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, please.
Hit the bell.
You hit the like. You hit the like. How come you ain't got fucking TikTok?
Hey.
You hit the like, motherfucker.
They be tracking you. They be tracking you, yo. They be tracking you.
You like your own shit.
Man, y'all call me out all the time, man. Ain't nobody say nothing when you was in Walmart during showtime. Y'all call me out. One time this motherfucker was on a cross-country trip, and he was like, oh, shit, oh, let me put my mic on my steering wheel. He's swerving and shit. All you hear is Holiday Road in the background from National Lampoons.
Oh man.
All right, folks. We good?
Peace.
Oh my goodness.
Clark W. Griswold.
I found out long ago.
If you don't like us, who the hell else don't like us? Hit that like button. Nigga, if you don't stop singing.
What's wrong with this dude?
Holiday Road.